There we go, much better. So let's wrap for a second here. Because a lot has happened. And I know I say that virtually every time I do one of these. A lot's always happening. Because a lot is always happening. Like, let's be real for a second. And I always say that too. Oh, let's be real. Because like that's really what I'm about to do, is just be real as much as I can, as often as I can. And the best way for me to be real is to be doing something at the same time. I need that, like, to do something. And maybe it's just me, maybe I just have a super short attention span. Maybe I've got like some kind of ADHD. It's where I feel like I need to constantly be doing something. And Hades is a great game for that, to just like do something with. So let's be real for a second. I've been busy. I've been super busy with work. I have been busy moving stuff around in this room. I have videos of where I started and where it is now. And it's been a lot for a lot of reasons.
Stitches hungers.
I'm gonna go with the Nemesis blade. That's one of my favorites to utilize. So what has been going on that's so much? I've just been busy with work. I have been like, so because of the nature of my work, I work holidays because I work at a center for homeless recovery. And so because part of that is a 24-hour shelter, I work holidays. I worked on Christmas Day. I was supposed to work on New Year's, but I decided to take it off. So yeah, I just work a lot. But I'm working on some things. I'm working on getting another job. Suppose I should actually play the game. Yeah, I've been just doing a lot. Doing a lot. This game is just like riding a bike. And so, yeah, I've been doing a lot. Yeah, we'll see how clacky this controller is. On top of what I've been doing, I don't know if you can tell, probably. Because it probably sounds super nice now. Well, not entirely nice because I haven't tuned it yet. Because I was supposed to move this to a different spot. And I'm going to be moving it tomorrow. So, like, I don't want to do too much with it. Because I'm going to move it anyway. But yeah, I'm going to move the setup. And it's going to be better. I have a new desk that I'm going to be using. That's actually a pretty nice desk. I've been using it the last couple of days. I haven't moved the setup and stuff over there yet because of various reasons. I got sick again. It was just a minor flu. It wasn't like me having COVID again. Thankfully, and knock on wood, that I don't get it again. Because people at work have been getting it. And just, my job is just high stress, okay? It's just high stress. And so, because it's a position where you have to care a lot and invest emotionally a lot. And not that you don't do that at other jobs and other aspects of psychology. However, and I have a coworker who was talking to me about this. It's called caregiver fatigue. It's basically when you spend your time dedicating your energy and all that you have to caring about other people. Sometimes we're constantly in crisis. It just wears you down. and you slowly start to lose really that ability to be empathetic. Not like you become like a sociopath. You just become less effective at caring about people. Because you're constantly like, you have no reprieve. You're just tired, you're haggard, you're fatigued. And I feel like I get that sometimes where it's like I will be at work and we will be in crisis basically all morning long. It will be just one thing after the other after the other. And I'm not saying I hate any one of my clients, because I don't. They're all good people and they all deserve to be helped. And like, that's kind of the thing, is that when you work in those caring professions, you get to the point where you just get tired of constantly having to give somebody else all of your energy and all of your time, and it just becomes exhausting. It does. I've watched it in my coworkers. We are all exhausted because we've just been understaffed for so long, and just constantly understaffed and understressed, and like, we have all this weight on us. And yeah, it gets to the point where you kind of get a little bit tired of caring. I hate to word it that way, but I mean, like, that's the best thing I can think of, is that you get tired of having to be that caring and nurturing person, and you become jaded. And so what I would do when I would come home is that I would just like come home, and right now I have a new TV, so I'll come home and I'll watch TV just because like that's the easiest thing to do to like unwind. And so sometimes I don't want to record anymore, and it's hard because I've given up my hobby of this hobby that I really enjoy to work and to be this caring person constantly. Not that I don't care about family and my friends. It's different though. It's a much deeper investment when you are in a position where you're working with a vulnerable population and you're basically the friendliest face that they have, and for you to be anything less is a disservice. And so it's so hard. It's so hard sometimes to like have the energy to indulge in my hobbies, just because I'm so tired and I'm so thinking about work and about like what's gonna happen next, what's gonna be the crisis tomorrow. I haven't played video games in so long just because I'm tired. I'm like, I get that people will say like, yeah, that's because there was this TikTok out a while back, and you've seen it. It's that girl who has had her first job at college, and she's like, oh, I don't have any time for friends anymore. Is that like, is this all of what life is? And you've got people in the comments who are just being like super shitty of like, oh, grow up, like this is what being an adult is. And no, it's not. If you genuinely think that being an adult means that you have no more time for your hobbies, man, like, what has the grind set culture like done to us? Like, we constantly have to be on the grind, and if we don't take time for leisure activities, and it's actually been proven by psychology and statistics, like, people are happier when they have time for leisure activities. And to me, like, I like recording, I like editing, I like recording, I love playing video games. It's just that I have this adult job and adult responsibilities that have to come first, because in my mind, the day that I get my master's degree, like, no joke, if I can just get to that master's level of like, I've got my master's in marriage and family therapy, I've got my master's in mental health counseling, I could make a ton of money, like enough to be comfortable, and still do this, because like, this is like, I consider this to be another part of that mental health, because fun fact, like games and leisure activities are a massive part of essentially your mental health. Like, you know how they always say, they always talk about self-care. It's a real thing. It's a genuine thing of like, you have to decompress. Otherwise you just run yourself into the ground emotionally and physically and psychologically. You have to have time for leisure activities. And to me, this is probably one of my biggest leisure activities, is sitting here and playing video games. And like, the recording in the mic component didn't come later to where I thought I was going to, I'll be honest, I thought I was going to make money doing this. And that was the wrong mindset. Do not do that to yourself. 100%. Like, don't, if you're gonna do this and think you're gonna make money off of it, like, that shouldn't be your first goal, is to make money. If you're gonna do this, do it because it's something you enjoy. Because if you get wrapped up in, oh, I'm gonna be the next Mr. Beast, or the next, as much as I don't agree with the guy, the next ninja or the next big streamer, dude, you're aiming way too high, first of all. Like, I'll straight up be honest, like, I went in with that mentality, and I liked recording until I realized how much work went into it. And what started as something that I liked, it became like, oh, I have to record a certain number of videos, I have to edit because I'm the only one doing this. It became work in not a way that I was enjoying, and I gave it up for a good long time. Like, I recorded a little bit of Starfield, and then like stuff happened at work. We were going through a major shift in management, and things got really complicated really quickly, and I was considering leaving at that point as well. Like, I had kicked around various ideas, including like, oh, I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna go back on Social Security. And I stuck it out for a good while, and we got back to a place where we were more stable. And then we started hiring again. It was more of that like shake up at work, and it became like, I became one of the people who was knowledgeable about what we do. I became somebody who people relied on. And so like, I got wrapped up in my work. I focused on work and my career. I'll say it. Like, a career is a journey of many steps, and what I'm doing right now with the organization that I'm with, like, it's a step. I've definitely made my bones, and I've made some good contacts, and like, had some great people. And yeah, like, I became so wrapped up in my work that I stopped partaking in my hobbies. I stopped playing video games. I stopped recording. And like, yeah, like, I still buy games, but I have a backlog. I have a backlog a mile wide. I've got Cyberpunk. I've got Dredge I still need to finish. There's Starfield. There's Baldur's Gate, because that one I'm going to play with my buddy, who we will call, for now, we're going to give him a change in title on the stream. He is now the redneck engineer. That's what we're going to call him, the redneck engineer. So I was gonna like play Baldur's Gate with Redneck, because like, I got sick and like, I had COVID, and it, like, I was gonna make all this content, and then that didn't happen just because like, I got sick and I wasn't feeling well. It was a bunch of stuff. It was just like, and it never happened. I mean, hopefully it still will. Like, I'd be late to the party. But like, at this point, with having my day job, my my career as somebody in mental health. Like, I'm not necessarily out to turn YouTube into a career. I'd like to make it a component of being somebody in mental health, because I think that it's one of those things that you either adapt to the times or you kind of go extinct and you go into obscurity. And so that's kind of my goal long term, is to like still do mental health, but also get a chance to do this more, play some video games, talk about like mental health in video games and like the psychology of certain characters. That's one that I've really, really always wanted to do. I know other people have done it before, but like I want to put my own spin on it. I want to do a lot of stuff, and like, but it all takes time. It all takes effort, and so right now I'm working on my career. I'm trying to get another job. I'm trying to move on, because quite frankly, work, it's not doing it for me anymore. It's really not. Like, I like my clients and all that, but I'm just stuck at the front desk, and there's no way for me to improve. There's no way for me to, go up the ladder. And like, to me, like, that's a no-go. I can't be somewhere and not be learning. I just can't do that. Like, it's a no-go. And so I'm trying to get a new job. Go more into like psychology, and find a place that maybe down the line will give me my supervision, my practicum. And the place where I'm applying has definitely said like, yeah, we've done that and we can do that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now, and I have to try to find a way to do this as well as like work on my career, and that's a tall order. Like, let me tell you, if you're trying to do this and you work a 9 to 5 or you work, like, you have to treat it as a hobby. It's something you do to unwind. And like, the bad part is that like, if I did do this more regularly with work, I can't talk about work because I deal with a lot of confidentiality, particularly in the more stressful situations, because it usually involves the client being in crisis, and I can't very well talk about that, in a manner of speaking. Like, man, I haven't played this game in a long time. Yeah, I can't talk about work because of the way that our system of confidentiality works. And so it's not like I can vent in a video, because I could get myself screwed. And so like, I kind of want to find that middle ground between like what I do and basically being able to do more of this. Because I like this. I like editing videos, and I like doing the YouTube thing, even though like I will probably never make it because I don't post nearly enough. I'm not on other platforms. I'm not consistent. I work a full-time job. There's so many things that aren't conducive to doing this, because like, if you go into this with any other mentality, then like, and it kind of sucks to say, but like, if you're not working the algorithm and if you're not sticking out, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing that's different, that's gonna make you stick out? And yeah, so I'm going to do my very damnedest to try to record a little bit more. We'll see how it goes with this job, because this job is supposed to be remote for a while, So it won't be as much of like waking up at 4 in the morning because I gotta get dressed, I gotta get ready for work. And more of like, yeah, I still have to get ready for work, but I don't have to drive. I don't have to like put my parents in that situation where they've got to be up super early to drive me. And like I can get off and unwind. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I know what I want to do, but like things rarely ever go as planned in life. Like understand that 100% that like if my mother always has the saying, so like get ready for some Mexican mother wisdom that she's told us ever since we were kids. And one of her favorite sayings whenever we tell her, I like, oh, I want to do this, and she doesn't do it in like a negative way to like discourage us from doing what we want to do. One of the things that she always likes to remind us is that if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And so basically what that means is like if you think you have a plan, that's probably not how things are gonna go. Like you might think you know what you're gonna do, but fate and destiny and whatever you believe in and God, like they have different plans. And so I may say like, yeah, I want to do more of this. Like, yeah, I'm going to do more of this. I'm going to record more. I can say that all I want. It doesn't make it true. And that's the sad truth. That is the sad truth of just life in general. Like, that's that whole no plan survives first contact with the enemy. Yeah, like it's something. I mean, like, I even got this new microphone. I got a Wave XLR because I wanted better audio. Because like I'm an audio head and I'm an audio guy. Like I fucking love it. I love good audio. I like it in my videos. I like it when I watch like TV and movies. I like good audio, and so I got this audio setup that would like I was gonna record more. And that didn't happen. I mean, this is the first video that I'm doing in a while, and it's not even anything relevant. It's me, like, this is like one part sound check, one part like, how's everybody doing? How am I doing? And so, yeah, that's what this is like, it's me trying to get back into the habit again for like the 70th time. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, I might finish this area if I can. Otherwise, probably going to end the recording. I'll do this last room. I'll talk a little bit more because I also have to use the restroom. So I figure if this is just going to be like me testing new audio and seeing how it works and seeing how the new mic is, which I scratched, by the way, because I bought a shock mount that was supposed to be the right size for this new microphone, but it wasn't. And by forcing it into the shock mount, I basically like scratched the front of it and like the sides, so it's all gnarled up now. I don't think it's done anything to the actual sound quality. Like all I see is paint damage. Alright, so I'm gonna end this video here because I want to check some audio and some things before it gets too late in the evening, because Redneck Engineer is coming over tomorrow to do a bunch of stuff, and we're moving the setup. And so when when we see each other again, we will be in the new setup position. And I will talk a little bit about like what I'm doing and what the new setup is, because I'm actually off until Tuesday because I want to take time with my family that I didn't get on Christmas, because like my family enjoyed their Christmas and I had to go to bed because I had to get up at 4 in the morning, and it sucked to get up at 4 in the morning and like not be with my family for Christmas. So yeah, like I'm taking some time off for New Year's. Probably gonna record. I might try to do a little bit of a stream. I think because Redneck has some stuff going on